All right, it looks like we're live. I don't know if we got anybody watching, but we're here and we're going to talk about some stuff. So, welcome, Halemeister, and
Thank you.
we got some things to talk about tonight. Specifically, we're going to talk a little bit about coins for kids, and then we're going to talk about Summerstock Picnic, and then we're going to talk about Midwest Geobash. And all of those things are separate, but yet they all have a common denominator. And we'll introduce you to Team Phoenix here in just a little bit. Um, but first, I want to talk about the hashtag Coins for Kids for just a little bit before we get too far. And the Happy Hodag is here, yay! And but I don't know about you so far this year, Hellmeister, but my I've done some geocaching, but I've not been real successful in finding coins in the caches. Have you found coins?
I was pretty successful earlier in the year, and I thought, wow, this is going to be a great year. I think I've got like $3 or $4, and um, since then it's really tapered off to almost nothing.
Yeah,
So I guess it all evens out, I suppose.
yeah. Apparently others have been successful, at least I think, because when I go to events, people hand me little baggies of coins and dollar bills, and I got a pill bottle that had a bunch of coins in it and some dollar bills. So whether they're successful in finding money in caches or if they're just emptying out their pockets and their little drink holders in their cars, I don't care as long as the kids at St. Jude's get get the money.
Yep,
So
that's right. That's right.
yeah, Jill is in the chat. Sir Drumalot, hey Joseph, how you doing? And it's good that you guys could join us.
Yes.
Um, so I've kind of made a determination that with coins for kids, and we're going to talk about this a little bit here when we talk about summer stock. But when I go to events, an event is a geocache. So if people hand me coins or whatever, wherever they get them from, it doesn't matter. I'm getting them in a geocache, so it all counts.
Yeah. Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
yeah, and I'm not above taking the coins out of my drink holder in my car and throwing them in the pot. So um, I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise, what are you going to do with them? You know?
Go to McDonald's or whatever, not sponsored. Get
Yeah,
some change. Yeah, I mean, whatever you get, spare change from your meal, whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Throw it
yeah,
in a little jar and do the same thing. Yeah.
yeah. So happy Hodag. So far this year, I found a whole lot of nothing as far as coins for kids.
Okay.
You and me both, right in that same boat. So
I'll keep trying.
Pizza Ninja's here. Howdy, Pizza Ninja.
Pizza Ninja, what's up?
Yeah, yay. So I just want to encourage everybody to continue collecting your coins. And you know what? Like I said, I don't care if you get them out of a cache or out of your drink holder, or do cars have ashtrays anymore? Out of your ashtray or the little pocket in the side of the car door,
Yeah.
or whatever. Uh, we just like you to donate that to the Podcast of Hope for St. Jude's in December. So
Yep.
what's Pizza Ninja? I've been saving in my pizza bank. I hope it's a big pizza bank.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. With pickles on top.
yeah. Uh, all right, so we're gonna kind of segue here, a bad segue into summer stock. And the coins for kids is going to kind of overlap into the summer stock. But to talk about the summer stock picnic, which is in northern Indiana, we need to bring in Team Phoenix 421 from that area. And we're going to bring in Tim and Monica. Well, Monica first, ladies first. Come on, add her in. And here comes Tim. Hello, Tim and Monica.
Hello.
Howdy.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So First, let's talk a little bit about Summerstock Picnic. This is something. This is your ninth year.
Correct.
Is that correct? Correct. And I saw Summerstock Picnic show up in on a list of caches, oh, probably 5 years ago, and I've always wanted to get down there. And I was going to try to get down there a couple years ago, and something came up, I couldn't go. And then last year, I just had some medical issues, and I couldn't go. Um, this year, it's on the calendar. It's written in stone. I will be there. Um, but um, I'll let you guys fight over who gets to tell us what Summerstock is all about.
I don't know as if we really need to fight over it. Basically, it was just our we had gone to, like, 9 years ago. We had gone to the Indiana Spring Picnic, and I forget exactly where it was. It might have been in Turkey Run that year. And on the way back, we were talking just in the car, like what a great time we had and how many people we had met, and so many. We were still pretty new as cachers in general, so it was one of those, wow, like putting these names to the log, and there's a lot of excitement about that. But on the way back was one of our typical, would be cool is Northwest Indiana needs one of these things, and I think we kind of got lucky in a lot of ways, more or less. At that point, that was also right when I guess the last Indiana Fall Picnic had happened the year before that. So there really, I guess there's some kind of a need for it. But whatever, we just decided that we wanted to do like a picnic because we want to meet all these people. Do you agree with that, Monty? Like, that's basically
No,
how
that's it. We
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of
that's
compared. It was a drive home, and we we kind of compared to what we had. We had a roller grill at that time, and we kept saying, "Well, we have this and this and this, and we can go ahead and probably throw a pretty cool picnic." And 9 years later, here we are.
Here we are. Well, and
Yeah.
we've gotten, and quite honestly, we wouldn't have come this far if it weren't for the community. And the best thing is, I mean, this is all, the first one was out of pocket, and it continues to be, but it was out of pocket for us, and donation in that first year. And I'm sure you guys know, working with the Coins for Kids and stuff like that, sometimes I feel geocachers in general are some of the most humble people that you can meet. And,
Right.
It's really tough to ask for. It's like you just put all this money out, and, we want you all to have a great time. And that's the whole point. So for me, anyway, it was really hard for me to ask for donations. And, as the years go on, it's like anymore, I'm just like, yo, you got $20 for the chug,
Yeah.
if you want to keep having these things. But for one of the things for me, and that stands true over all of the years, is the day after reading the logs, and everybody talking about what an awesome time it was, and you guys, you throw a great party, and it's like you don't understand. It's because you guys are there. You're the
Right.
ones that make it awesome. We just give you the venue, and we've tried to have a lot of fun over the years with what we do. I like to say I'm kind of corny that way, but it's kind of like it's a local event with a mega heart. It's basically.
So,
And
what activities do you I can't talk today? What activities do you do at the picnic?
They have changed over the years. I think in the very beginning, we started doing the giant yard games, the giant kerplunk, and uh, we just had a ball building all kinds of chuck-a-duck and crazy things. Chuck-a-duck ended up on my craft room floor as I spilled pretty much half of the bottle of paint. Um, that's typical
true
of
story.
me. True story, and it's so typical of me. Then it just got to be too much after a while. I think really honestly, once COVID hit and we were able to have summer stock that year, people were just so happy to be out. They were so happy to see each other that nobody could care less about playing games or anything like that. They just wanted to sit and talk to humans. And so we kind of have eliminated over the years. I think finally we've eliminated the games. We do have Ball blaster. It's a tennis ball that shoots out of a gun. It's a dog toy. And it's it's the closest to the hoop. We do give a prize out for that, and we have raffles and silent auctions. And other than that, we always have snow cones, s'mores, and this year we are having a taco bar, taco and
Nice.
carnitas, and it should be delicious. 'Cause I
So,
know-
well, yes. Let's talk about the food for a second. That has been one of the things over the years, definitely the draw for us, because what we're doing is, okay, so I'm a food guy. I've been in the restaurant business my entire life. So I feel like, it's also good for people to know that, yes, we put out these spreads, but you're in the right hands. Basically, you got a couple of caterers and a couple of creative people that are putting an event together for you. But we love food, and if you paid attention to, I know you guys have found us quite a bit. And in the early years, there was very much a running joke of, well, we found 2 caches, it's time for a sandwich. And a lot of our caches are basically they're around food joints, and they're, whatever, or there's some kind of pun with it. Not all of them, of course, but there are quite a few. But we take it seriously, and basically what we do is we handle everything, and as far as like everything is from scratch as much as it possibly can be, and as much work as it is sometimes. So we try to pick something that's, and it depends on sales and whatever, but it's like we kind of get an idea, we get a theme, whatever. Monty throws out tacos, and okay, let's do that. But it's not just tacos, guys. You got to understand that. So because with that comes carnitas, and with that comes, probably pico de gallo, and it's gonna be a full-on thing, because we can't just do anything simple, I guess. But over the years, we've done a lot of different stuff, food-wise. And there was a solid for a while, several years. I don't even know how many, but we were doing the sausage and peppers that we'd grill up and everything. And so it's the food is definitely worth it alone. I think to be honest with you.
Well, I was going to say, I went to your Halloween party last fall, and the food there was pretty good. And I don't know if that was a potluck style or if you guys made all of that and brought it, but I
No, we
didn't go
make
home.
it.
Yeah,
we
I
make it.
didn't go home hungry. So
No, you typically don't.
yeah.
And that's one of the things that we shoot for. The year I want to get back to what Monty had said back in 2020, and we got extremely lucky with all the mandates and everything that were happening, and we were actually able. We have not missed a Summerstock yet, and I think we were very blessed that year in as far as attendance wise, because at that point nobody had been anywhere for months and months, and we had. Again, like I said, I mean, I run a restaurant in my private life, so I was already well versed in handling all the food and everything. And I really think that year for us, like putting this on, it changed things in a good way. But that was the year we had beef brisket day. That was really
Ooh.
Yeah, you
Beef
missed that. That was the year that you were trying to come.
Yeah.
You backed out of it. But it changed the way that we did things, because usually we have like a buffet style. And that particular year, I was actually behind the line all day, like serving everybody. And we had, a bunch of people came in and helped us set up plexiglass, and we took all the precautions and all that. But I guess I'm just mostly saying that as to assure you that you're in very good hands, no matter what year it is and all that. But I feel like that was for me one of the best years, because we were able to get everybody together that hadn't seen each other in quite a while.
Right.
So it was pretty, it was pretty cool. We had a great attendance day.
Right. So I put up the GC code for the event there. But tell us where your event takes place. Where's the physical location?
It is at Forest Park in the Rotary Shelter in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Okay. All right.
And
Cool.
it's always in the same spot. We were at Woodland Park for a few years in the beginning. This is going to be our 3rd year, I think.
Third,
Okay.
yeah.
to be our third year at Forest Park. So if you've been to a Summerstock in the past and you're thinking you know where it is, it's changed if you haven't been there for a few years. So make sure you check the directions on that.
Always check the map on the cache page, right?
Yes,
It's really
always
nice.
read.
Besides a big shelter, we do get the grounds, and there is a huge field. I mean, we could have a baseball game, honestly, if we wanted to, but
And a soccer
we
game.
don't. Soccer.
You could
But
have
we
the
do
Olympics.
we do have our dog toy ball blaster, so.
Right. So the prizes and stuff, I mean, we work on it all year long, and a lot of the stuff as Bonnie was mentioning, we have a silent auction, and we're just trying to raise funds and stuff. So the past several years, we've built a gadget cache that goes up, and a couple of, I put together some path tag boards and various things that come out of the shop. This year, we've got some pretty cool stuff going up there. We've got, I guess it's not really a secret, we've got a couple of hook and ring games with the shot ladders on them and everything, if you're familiar with that. We've got, I think, we've got a
path tag boards, maintenance kits.
Nice.
We try to, and if, and then a lot of times too, again, it goes back to the community, because the day of the event, a lot of people will show up and they're just like, here, and they'll distract me with one thing, donating something while their spouse is over there stuffing the jug too. So we were hoping when you approached us with the Coins for Kids and, asked to be a drop-off spot, it's like, oh, absolutely. For one thing, like everything about that is I'm interested in, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's a great spot, and Monty's got the jug.
Yeah. So
the official Summerstock Coins for Kids collection jug.
Yeah. So before we get too far to that, Jason, why don't you tell us your story from last year when you met up with Monica?
Yeah, I was coming back from Michigan. Actually, I was up there visiting Neil, and Monica said she had a jar. She said she didn't know how much was in the jar, but she had a jar she wanted to give to the Coins for Kids campaign. And could I stop by? And we exchanged some messages and picked a spot, and she gave me the jar. I still have the jar. It's in my garage. I'm putting into it this year, but yeah, nice donation there, and it was somewhere close to like $50. So amazing.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, and then I think Monica actually approached me about, I don't know if it was Tim or Monica, really, I don't, but being a drop-off point, Summerstock Picnic being a drop-off point for Coins for Kids. So at their event, they'll have their donation jar, and people can bring their coins to the event and put them in the jar for donation, and then and I guess, and I do that myself, only I don't say anything, and people just hand the stuff to me and say, here, this is for your Coins for Kids. But I know that within a cache page, we're not allowed to promote any charities or anything like that. So this is awesome that you guys take this on and take the initiative to actually put out a jar for donations for that, alongside of needing donations to help cover the cost of the picnic. So I do appreciate that. So we want to make sure that people know that when they're coming to the Summerstock Picnic, they're not only getting some good food and having a good time, but they also have the opportunity to donate both to the event and to Coins for Kids. So Monica, I'm going to make you big here, and you can show your donation jar again that you have made. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Hopefully we can get that filled to the very top. That would be awesome.
A lot of pennies in there, I see.
It'll hold dollar bills.
I raid Tim's pockets before I do laundry.
So, what was I going to say? Awkward silence.
We're experiencing it well.
Yeah.
And there's some really, and Neil, there's some really great caches that are going to be around.
Yeah, I was going to ask if they had any new ones coming out for the picnic.
We do not. We don't usually place caches because there's usually time before the picnic, after the picnic to go caching. And there is a lot going on at the picnic that we have found that if we place new ones, then we actually had a year where caches were placed and pretty much everybody got up and left. And I mean, that was it. The raffles, nobody was there for the raffles for anything. They missed silent auctions.
Okay.
They missed all kinds of things. We had no group picture. It was like we said, it's like kind of like playing, you're planning your kid's first birthday party, and then it's time to cut the cake and the ice cream man comes.
Yeah.
Everybody gets up and leaves.
Suddenly everyone wants a push pop.
Yeah. All right. So for those of you who don't know that are watching or are going to watch in the replay, Tim and Monica, known as Team Phoenix 421, are, I would say, prolific, creative, and gadget cache hiders. Jason and I, Halemeister, I guess I'll call you Halemeister. Him and I had a little, God, this sounds horrible. We had a little weekend down in northern Indiana. We spent some time geocaching down in northern Indiana. We had a road trip where we met there in Indiana, and we kind of searched for favorite points and found a little pocket of some Team Phoenix geocaches. And I'm going to play one of Jason's videos here, and you can all see what we're looking at in that area. And then I'll bring us into the next subject after this, after we play a couple videos here. So here we go. And I'm going to do this. Where am I?
All right, Ash, looks like this box right here, it's got a lock on top. We got to get that out after. We got some numbers here on the side. Looks like bottle caps, 8, 5, 9, 3, 7s, all sorts of stuff here. I just happened to notice I snagged my finger on this string. It has a bolt there. It turns.
Sorry.
Anything on the underside? Nope, don't feel anything under here. And on the other side here, it looks like the more bottle caps and more numbers. All right, well, let's get to work. Well, Neil,
All right.
What's your first inclination here?
I did something wrong. Hang on. I clicked on something I shouldn't have clicked on.
This is why we're friends, Neil.
Take two.
All right. Here we go. We'll
Right.
continue.
Needs to come out.
That's what I was thinking. What happens when you take that bolt and touch it to the numbers? Can you feel anything? Oh, is it like a magnet?
Yeah.
All right, the bolt apparently magnetizes to some of the numbers, which I'm assuming gives us numbers to this little beauty right here. Yes, and we're in.
First try.
All right, look at that. What is this? It's a geocache, but check it out. There's all sorts of other cool stuff in here. Wow, that is cool. I think, wow, he knew I was coming, and he knew that I enjoyed, what is it, cherry pie thing? I don't know. Well, Neil's signing us in. We're going to see you at the next cache. You guys got to see this thing. Is that the 10 man? No, that is a robot of some sort. Check it out. He's got a nose here that you can pull out. Or I don't know what's going on there. The eyes are lenses to a camera. That is so cool. There's a mouth down here. I wonder if the log comes out of there. I'm not sure. There's a couple knobs here on the sides. What does this do? Oh, a bell. And his hair. He's got a lot more hair than I got, but whoa, look at, they're old phone jack cables. Well, looks like we got some work to do. Let's get to it. I don't know. I think my favorite part might be the bell on top. I see something here. What was some kind of instructions here on the side? It says geocache. Put your money where your mouth is. What?
Hey, Halemeister.
Yeah.
I know we don't pay cash for caches,
Yeah.
but I wonder if it will take a credit card. Here, let me get this one. I think I got enough Speedy Rewards points.
Nope, that didn't do anything. Something I think has to happen with his nose.
Oops. Maybe I just broke it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the? Yeah, baby! Yeah! Talk to me, robot. There it is. The logbook. Thumbs up. It's a Pez dispenser. Awesome. Let's get that out of there and sign that. We're going to go ahead and sign right over here. You bad little robot.
Did you just spank that geocache?
Yeah.
That's the end of that video, Neil.
Oh, what do we got
No,
here?
it isn't.
Some kind of box
Yeah.
on a tree. All right, Neil, I found this box on a tree. It's got a lock on it here, of course. I got to get that off. We got to get inside. How are we going to get inside? Well, we don't know yet. There's this wand. I don't know. Can we? Oh, that comes off. Okay.
Boy, this cache is really off the chain.
Wait a minute. What's just happened here?
Pulled a Bob Billy move right
This-
there.
Just broke it. Is that something we need? All right. There's a lid here. Minute Maid. Orange juice. I'm thirsty. Thirsty for cash, that is. Let's dip the old wand down inside. What happens? Oh, that feels funny. It feels funny, but I don't really. Nope, nothing there. I don't know. Try it again.
I think I can give you a clue.
Yeah? I need a clue.
As any good geocacher knows, you have to read the cache page before you start attempting a gadget cache.
All right, I forgot we had the combination. It's on the cache page. Should have read that cache page. All right, Neil's going to put the combo in. And what do we got here? There's the lock. Open the door. What have I been doing wrong? Oh, what? I should have. Look at all the toys. Wow, this is cool. I could have been playing games this whole time, and here I was just sticking this in there all willy-nilly, not even knowing what I'm doing.
Kind of like a poor man's claw machine.
Yeah.
Joshua should be here playing this for us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, it says right here, you are looking for a camoed bison tube, which contains a log. It's in there somewhere. Oh, it can't be that hard, can it? Except for when things get stuck to it like that. Now, how do I get them off? Come on, big money. Come on, big money.
I want the duck. I want the duck. Give me the duck. Give me the duck.
You know, it'd be great if they had in here. It would be like a Bob Billy plush toy. I would keep that and I would give it like a $10 bill for like swag exchange. That's cool.
You know, those are two words you don't hear in the same sentence very often. Bob Billy and plush. It's a lot like nose picking. You got to do a lot of flicking to get what you need.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's that? You see something?
I do.
Come on. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, baby. Logbook is in there. Sweet. All right. Just another awesome idea for a cache. We're going to put it back now. I don't think I need this to put it back, but hey, it's fun. There we go. And now, of course, just like the last guy did for us, we got to mix it up. Yeah.
All right. So there's 3 of the Team Phoenix. I'm going to show you one more here. This is my video.
Here we are. It's like outhouse, birdhouse or something. Nice. It's beautiful. There's a lock on it that we need to undo. There's another lock. Something dropped down. This dropped down, and there's this bag, and it's got some bones. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh! I tell you what, this is grade A, awesome creative geocache. Definitely getting a favorite point.
really good ones.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, you have good caches, and maybe you know this and maybe you don't. But here's Gary Slinker's book, 501 Geocaches Defined Before You Die, the U.S. State version. You go to the Indiana section on page 150. Here it is, right here. The most popular caches in the state of Indiana. Let's see. There we go. You'll see right here, Bad Robot. Down here, Treasure Trove. Two of them I just showed you right there. Those are both the Team Phoenix caches. Actually, here's a picture of Treasure Trove right there.
Huh. I didn't even know that.
Next
I
page.
didn't know that either.
Yeah. Next page here is the Bad Robot. Yeah, you're in a book. Your geocache is in a book.
Wow.
See, that's when they're still in good shape then too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And all of those are getting replaced. They've seen their days. Bad Robot's in bad shape.
Is it?
So, well, I kind of feel bad when you guys found it because all that stuff, when you pulled his nose and stuff, I had one of those little like boing sound effects. So you pulled his nose and it went boing, and then there was like bells and whistles and the credit card, I think that did something to it.
Made a noise.
I pulled something out of one of those greeting cards or something. So rigged it so when you stuck your card in there, it played some stupid song and it would get stuck in your head.
You still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
No,
They were still fun.
There's still a lot of fun, but they've definitely seen better days.
And there were still even a couple more in that park that we didn't show. The one with the watches, that was the Cryptex with the watch.
Yeah, that
was pretty cool.
They all need to be replaced.
So let me tell you how this is just a little side anecdote, just to give you an idea of how Monty and I work. I was coming home from work one day. We were working on this. It's Veterans Memorial Park is where those caches are in Northwest Indiana. They're in Maryville, and we call it Puzzle Park just because they're all. You guys have been there, so they're all a little puzzly. But we were coming home, we were bouncing ideas off of each other, and I'm driving home from work, and it was just one of those days where I had the windows down and, the radio up, and Jimi Hendrix came on all along the watchtower, and I was like, man, that'd be a really cool name for a cache. So I went home, and I just walked into the office, and I said, okay, we're going to name one of these caches Watchtower. I don't know what it does yet. And Monty was like, oh, hang on. So the concept basically was for her, and she came back to me and she's like, okay, so I got this all figured out. We're going to use these, and this is how you're going to do this. All you got to do is build a cryptex. Okay, I'll just go build a cryptex downstairs. But that was really, that's seriously like how it happens. But we like to torture each other a little bit. But that was was that the first one I built, Monty, or? Second one. So that one's not too bad, but if you had trouble opening it, I'm sorry. But it was a lot of fun building that.
No, that was great. I enjoyed all of those, and then also I when I did Den Bones that same day, I was up. Is it Indiana Dunes National Park? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Up there. Geocaching is not free if you go to that park. $12 to get in, but I tell you what, it was worth the price of admission. And you guys aren't the only ones that have caches up there. Remind me of the name, a couple other cachers that have.
That was a group.
I'm not sure who is active right now. I know Fishing Bears is still active.
Fishing Bear, and then
there was several of us that did that. Fishing Bear was behind, really pushed that to go through. And what it is that's a whole trail going through the dunes of level. They're all 1-1s. They're all wheelchair accessible, and that was one of the things. So the whole idea behind that was get as many CEOs from Northwest Indiana together, and that can put together and there's a lot of great stuff on that trail too. Buick Porter is in there, Fishing Bear. I don't know who all is still involved anymore.
I'm not sure. It came down to permits. It came down to permits, and if you didn't sign your permit, then they kind of archived the caches, and as each cache got archived, then they were not renewing.
Right.
Okay.
So there may not be as many out there as there were, but there's still several that are still in place.
Yeah, still good quality caches in that park. And I know
Absolutely.
you guys have several newer ones that you put out last year in that area. So if anybody that hears this broadcast, I encourage you to check out Northwest Indiana. Look for the favorite points because there's lots of them out there.
There's a lot of
So,
great CEOs out here.
yeah, it's a nice area. You know, and when I mentioned in my previous video before that, you know, you hear a lot about Gilby and you hear a lot about Bounce in Seattle and you know, Kansas. You got Adi Olson down there, but you guys rank right up there in my book. You guys, your caches rank right up
thank
there
you.
with the rest of those.
I don't know about that, but
I
thank
can't
you.
compare to
It's,
Bounce.
No, dude.
Well, you know that I say there's something for everybody, and some people would prefer the electronic type caches. Some would prefer the more mechanical. Some prefer just some creative containers. Eh, I like them all. I'm not discriminatory on any of them, but you know, there's people that love light lamppost caches, and that's what they go for. But you know,
There's something for everybody.
yeah, there's no accounting for taste. So
Well, I feel like that. Well, I mean, I feel like that we've learned a lot over the years. You know, and at first it was kind of the first several finds we found were all on a bike trail, and it was just kind of like that's all there is. You know, you're finding film cans and pine trees, and um, finally found one by Iggy Ace out in Munster, and it was just like I want to do that. You know, and so that opened everything up for us because it was like, oh, okay, there's stuff like this out here too. So then we started, like you were just saying, you know, you look for the favorite points and you look for what's going on. But I feel you know, no matter what, every cache out there takes effort. I mean, you got to scout the location and grab cords and set the page up and all that. And some of them are set up for numbers. And, you know, sometimes we're trying to earn favorite points or whatever. There's a challenge going on, you know, and it's good to know the COs in your area. It's like, okay, well, we need 50, you know, we want to earn 50 smileys before such and such. We're trying to hit a milestone. It's like we go after Debbie Sellers because we know that she just dropped 150 in a row there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So everything's got its place for sure.
yeah. So Jason, earlier you were telling me a statistic about
Yeah, I was
about
diving a little bit into the interwebs on some very useful websites. You didn't know you were in a book, but did you know that Team Phoenix ranks number 2 in the state of Indiana for favorite points earned on their caches? Did you know that?
Wow.
No, I did not know that.
No, I did not know that.
The number 1 ranked person appears to be down by Indianapolis, and they put out a lot of earth caches and things across the nation. But I noticed most of yours, actually all of yours, are centralized around where you live, and that holds more value to me as far as that goes. And you've got more than 3,100 favorite points on your caches combined. It's definitely something that's noteworty and shows your quality and your lack
I didn't know
detail.
I didn't know that either.
So that's good. It's good, definitely a good reason to target Northwest Indiana if you're looking for high favorite points.
Yeah.
Now we have pressure. Now we have to go to maintenance.
Yeah.
No.
So look at this. We gotta show this one here.
Oh,
thank you,
Patty.
So that brings us to the next subject. And now that we've talked about Team Phoenix and their exemplary cache making skills and their favorite points, I'll let you guys tell us the big news of what's going on at Midwest Geobash this year and how you're involved in that.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
We are placing the caches at the fairgrounds for Midwest Geobash. Really super excited about it because the theme this year is video games, and boy, you can do a lot of stuff with video games. We've actually been working probably close to 10 months making these caches. We took a couple of trips out there, kind of got an idea, and because it's a fairgrounds and camping, there are a lot of electrical boxes, and so that's kind of how we decided to do the caches. They're kind of fashioned as electrical looking boxes, but they are all clearly marked so that you know that they're caches. But on the inside, I think you're going to end up seeing probably, I hate to say it, but it's probably some of the best work we've done. We have 20 caches. They are probably 90% of them are going to be size large. We have some big caches. Tim is actually going to change positions into the living room, and he's going to kind of give you a sneak preview of some of them. But they're all going to be big. They are all themed. They're behind Tim. That's the size of them. They're huge. And we're looking forward for everybody to find them because I think you're going to like it.
These are going to be a lot of fun. Ain't no doubt, like Monty was saying, I mean, it's a great subject to the theme is, what do you not do? So why I think our challenge is really like coming up with something that we talked about it. Yes, you sure do. Chronically tired, Mom. What we were trying to do is, it's like you're in the fairground, and we've gone to several geobashes. This will be our 7th. Is that right, Monty?
Yes.
It's personally our 7th year going. So we've met a lot of great people over there, and it's just one of my favorite events. Absolutely, it's at the top of the list, and it always has been. It's a lot of great fun. And so just being in the fairgrounds and looking around as we went out scouting, and we're trying to think of something, and we came up, like Monty was talking about, the electrical box idea. So if you can, basically that's what they are.
Can we see one up close?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
And we'll just take him out.
One of them's one of them's a smaller box, so you'll see that. But she was talking about how they're all clearly labeled on there.
Geo Energy. That's great.
So that was Monty's idea there to come up with something like that. And we try to go for, I mean, like you guys have found us, so we're trying to hide everything in plain sight. So up close and personal, that's what a lot of these are going to look like.
Awesome.
And
that's great.
They're that wide. I'm not going to show you what's inside this one.
Yep, that's fine.
But I will show you. So this is one of the things that we did, and some of these are I call it creative interaction. Basically, is I think is what we do. But Monty really, this woman, her talent, it doesn't end. She never ceases to amaze me. We very much are a team, and we have very different skill sets, and hers is definitely, if you want to talk about getting favorite points, I mean, it's Monty right there. She does a hell of a job on all of she just blows me away with all the stuff. Anyway, so a lot of these, like their dioramas and whatnot, we're just paying homage to the different video games. So for the most part, the games, the caches that we're doing, they're standalone. Like we took Pac-Man, so there's a Pac-Man cache, there's a Donkey Kong cache, there's as somebody pointed out, Tetris right there. This one right over my shoulder, that's Legend of Zelda. And we did a bunch of those. So a lot of them are just like dioramas paying homage to it. Some of them a little more tricky and a lot of fun. But this one just pays homage. I think this is, so this is what we did for the first person shooter battle games.
Wow.
Cool.
Nice.
So now this is what I'm talking about. This is all Monty inside there. And just
nice.
For reference, she made those rocks, guys.
Wow, that's cool.
So a lot of the caches, definitely they're going to be worth finding, I think. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So, this will be my ninth year at Geobash. And I'll tell you, and I've heard many people say this that have been there a while, that when they get to the fairgrounds now, most of the time they don't even go find the caches on the fairgrounds. Most of them, because they're just stuck under the light post. And you see a group of people standing out in the middle of a field around a light post, you kind of know, oh, it's a lock and lock, or it's a pill bottle or something. But you're going to be placing these will be on the fairgrounds, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these will be
The
taking the
bold
place.
move.
Yeah, they'll be taking the place of all those lampposts and pill bottles.
The problem with the fairgrounds is they hold the same rules. So you still have your 528 rule, and you only have so much to go. If you take a cache and you move it, you knock out 2 more.
Mhm.
So that's one of the reasons why the caches are in the same spots year after year. You can't really, you can move them a foot, you can move them a foot one way or the other. So the problem that we faced is because there are no lamp skirts for us, we didn't place any. The problem that we faced is they're almost going to be all fence heights. You will not have a problem finding it because they are going to all be right there.
Right.
As
Well, I'll
big
tell
as
you what.
day.
I'll tell you, I would much rather find 20 of those than 40 or 50 little lock and locks or pill bottles stuck under lampposts out in the field. So this will make. I mean, I was close to not going this year just because, whatever. This is making me go. This is the reason I decided this. Well, that and a few other friends are going, but this is a big reason of why I decided that I am going to go again this year. So,
But Midwest Geobash on its own is just such a different event because there's just so much. I mean, you can cache all day and then hang out with friends all night long. It can go all night. It can go, I mean, there's just so many options with Midwest Geobash.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons why it is such a fantastic event.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
I speak from experience when I say I know you can hang out with friends all night long, and this way, and but it is a great event. I love Midwest Geobash. All in all, it's a great event. If you've never been to it, you should go. If you've never been to a mega event, you must go. The evening events, the poker run is phenomenal. That's the one thing that actually keeps me coming back. Having all the different places to go caching. There's geo art, there's challenge caches, there's traditionals, there's multis. If you like doing cemeteries, there's cemeteries everywhere, and they're all out in the country, and they're cool. But your caches that you're placing this year is just going to put it right over the top. So
Tim was saying that 90% of them he's bringing are large size, which will help you qualify for a lot of challenges if you find them all. So
absolutely.
Hard to find 15 or 20 large sizes in such a small area. So
as a matter of fact, I even contacted our reviewer. I don't even know if Tim knows this. And I showed him a picture and said, would you do these as other or large? Because the outer container is large, but the inner is, small. And he said large, that he would do that as large. So we do have the cache pages made, so we probably will end up changing that. Also, I do know that there is someone working on a list, which will be made public on the Midwest Geobash page, or on the cache page, I believe. And
So-
someone is actively working on making a list of, there's a very big GeoArt and there's a new GeoArt that was just placed. It's on the Michigan border, and it just literally Sunday. 100 and what,
I
20?
think it was 120 of them. Yeah.
120.
It's
and
it's
Kirby. It's a
Yep.
it's themed. So it's
themed
themed.
to Geobash. Yeah.
And there's also a Doxy GeoArt. So there's that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot. There's
There's
a
well,
lot of
yeah.
caches in Adventure Labs to be found.
There's a lot of great fun CEOs down there. Handyman and Fam, Team Doxy. You know, there's the
Yeah.
list goes.
Yep.
But there's a lot of great, and we've drawn over the years. Speaking, you know, we've drawn inspiration from finding Team Doxy and stuff down there. And we try to, you see things like one of the caches that you showed, we got the inspiration from that in Iowa, from an Iowa trip, and brought it back here, you know. So I feel like as a CEO, you got to pull from everywhere. And even with Summerstock, Midwest Geobash is, I feel, one of the most organized, well-run things. Whatever happens behind the scenes, if you know, from year to year, you may never know, because I feel like every experience that I've had with Midwest has just been incredible, and being able to actually work with these people, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Right.
A lot more than you have time for, that's for sure.
Well, I think we were talking
Exactly.
to you guys the other day, and it's like, you know, I got one build left, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that we're building for these guys. And
Oh, there it is.
heck of an honor. Yep,
There's
there's
That's the Kirby.
that's the Kirby.
Kirby GeoArt. Yep.
That's gonna
Just
look pretty
above the
cool.
Michigan border.
So now I solved all that the other day. I went through and so we're ready to head down there and work on some. We've never done a GeoArt, so this would be pretty cool. You know, I'm going to say something about the art. Once you solve everything, you'll see that it looks, to me, it looks like it's a pretty easy run to go through. I mean, it'll take a while, of course, because there's a lot of caches, but the way that he's got it laid out and everything, it looks like it should be a pretty straight shot and solve them, you know, and picking them all up. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that.
It'll take us about 4 days.
Probably 3 trips. Yeah. There's a lot of sandwiches in between, you know, so.
Yeah. There's definitely not a lack of stuff to do when you go to Midwest Geobash.
No.
I know just for me, it's like you get to a point where there's not a lot left to do unless somebody actually archives a bunch of stuff and puts a bunch of new stuff out. I still have not made it on the trail, the rail trail there, to do some of those challenge caches, but usually I'm so busy trying to shoot video or trying to connect with this person or that person. It, you know, the geocaching kind of goes out the window a little bit. But
I believe didn't Team Doxy said they were going to be refreshing a lot of stuff, and they've been working on things too. So there should be a lot of new stuff to find around there too.
Right.
Cool.
Now, are you guys camping?
No, we camp at the Super 8.
No.
That's for other people. No, it's funny because just recently, like last week, Monty started looking at campers and stuff. It's something we've talked about over the years. But no, we don't do that yet, but that may be in the future. Yeah. That's a whole different experience, I'm sure.
Yeah. Especially when your tent or camper go flying away.
Yeah.
Or
A couple
sitting
years
in
ago,
3
yeah.
foot of water.
I am
Oh
not
my
as
God.
adventurous as a tent. My old body just could not do a tent.
Yeah.
I need a little bit. I need a bed
That's exactly right. Exactly
and a
right.
golf cart.
Yeah. All right, Jason, you got anything you want to ask Team Phoenix?
No, nothing that haven't discussed already. It was great to see the caches there. A few of them, a little preview, and the bit about Summerstock. I'm looking forward to going to that. I'm excited about Midwest Geobash and seeing all my friends and seeing Tim and Monica as well too, and shooting some video and all the good stuff for the people who couldn't come. We'd like to watch it on YouTube. So yeah. I'm ready.
So and I can also tell you that we are in the discussion group with the planning committee, not in everything, but we are in a couple of things. And just seeing the excitement from behind the scenes, you guys it's going to be, a great year.
Yeah.
It's just everybody's really, really psyched up for this. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me see.
I wanted to share a really quick story about Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
We had this sword. It was sitting in Tim's shop. We both have our own shops. That's what happens when the kids fly the coop. You steal their bedrooms. I'm in the office. This is my clean shop. This is where all the graphics and stuff come, and the dirty shop is next door. But Tim had this sword that we were using as a prop back from going caching pirate year, and it was like wallpaper because it's just been sitting there for so long. And I'm upstairs. He takes the sword, he puts it in front of me, and he says, "Legend of Zelda." Boom. And he walks away. So here's me. I'm on the computer. I'm trying to look at fonts. Tim, can you grab that? And I'm not kidding you. It was 30 minutes, literally 30 minutes. And I already had the Cricut going. I had it cut out. I had everything. All we had to do was figure out how to make the sword into where the top opens. And then, yeah, there it is. So
wow.
There's our Legend of Zelda. And so so here's me. Okay, now you have to build a box for it. So yeah, it took me 5 minutes to put graphics on it, and then it turned into, okay, now you got to build a box. That's your challenge. Then he handed it to me and said, okay, now you have to paint it.
Yeah, that's great.
That's always been my challenge.
Yeah.
Show you 150 different ways to open up a box.
So for those that are watching or now or in the replay, Midwest Geobash, technically it is on July 22nd, but you can get to the fairgrounds on Thursday, July 20th, and there's probably an event on Thursday night. They'll usually have an event Thursday night. You've got the poker run on Friday morning. You've got the ice cream social Friday night. Saturday.
Tinfoil hat is in there. Tinfoil hat night.
Yeah, tinfoil hat, and it's ice cream social, usually ice cream social, and then tinfoil hat. And Saturday is the main event. There'll be adventure labs galore. Of course, all these new great caches from Team Phoenix 421. Saturday night will be Area 51 for the adult people that like that kind of thing. It's fun to hang out, even if you don't drink adult beverages. It's still kind of a fun area to be in. If you're a people watcher, it's an awesome place to be, especially once it gets past midnight. But it's a safe place. The sheriff is always there, and they're really cool people about the whole thing. They love the event. So I encourage you, if you've not been to Midwest Geobash, it's a must attend event. And if you've been there, come on back. I camp with Nate the Great, a friend of mine here at home. And we will be camping next door to Halemeister. And who do we have camping across the street from us? Oh yeah, Chronically Tired Mom will be there. Her first year, she'll be our across the street neighbor. Who else was it? Somebody else was across the road from us.
What
Uh,
section?
We are in section K. We are on the very
Oh.
south end of the campground, almost like right across from when you pull in and you have to sign in for your camping. We're like
Yes.
right across from that tent, 2 roads over.
We're going to have a pop-up canopy there.
Mhm.
Park the golf cart. I'm getting a golf cart.
Cool.
Hey,
Well, I'm getting a golf cart because I'm in need of a knee replacement. So
Oh, the golf cart's probably cheaper.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. Insurance won't pick it up
Yeah.
though.
no, but trust me, I'm working the surgery around Midwest Geobash.
Yeah.
Around a
good.
lot of things.
there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a great night. I've loved talking to you guys, and I love finding your caches,
Thank
and
you.
Thank
always
you.
entertaining. And I'm looking forward to being down there to Summerstock and participating in that.
Yeah,
So-
we're really happy you guys are making it out this year. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Jason,
thank
are you going
so
to
much for
Summerstock?
having us.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Yeah, I'm planning on going to Summerstock. Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. So everybody that joined us in the live chat, thank you for chipping in, and it's great to see you there. And if I don't see you at Summerstock, I'll see you at Midwest Geobash. And if I don't see you there, maybe I'll see you in Gilby, North Dakota in September. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
See ya.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Bye-bye.
See ya.